Good afternoon, and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Providence Holy Cross Medical Center, Hestia Med Spa, and Comfort Keepers in Home Care. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host
Dr. Jean Dorio.
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our guest this morning, speaking of quality of life, which I'm about to find out, is Dr. Thomas Polucki, our local chiropractor. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Dr. Dorio. It's great to be here. It's always a pleasure to be on your show.
Okay, so what are we talking about this morning? No, this afternoon.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh.
Well, most common chronic conditions are going to hit the seniors. For senior citizens, there are a handful of common issues that really don't have a great solution. They're typically only treated in conventional medicine, and I'd like to talk about that a little bit today. The most common ones are high blood pressure, which we're going to talk a little bit about your experience with what we were able to do with you. High cholesterol, that actually affects almost half of the senior population. Heart disease, a little more than 40% of the senior population. Arthritis affects nearly a third of the senior population. And I find that number very, very conservative because in one form or another, once you reach the age of 55 or 65, whatever your definition of senior is, AARP considers me a senior, but I don't think there's anybody without some degree of arthritis at that age. So I think when they say 31% of the population, they mean that it's really bad and really needs constant medical supervision. So
well, that arthritis, I had it.
Yeah.
I had it. It was painful.
Yeah.
And I took methotrexate.
Yeah.
Oh my. Once they stopped making the methotrexate, and within 4 months, I found out I had 4th stage lymphoma.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I thought, what? But I had a hurt feeling in my stomach area, and I never had indigestion or anything like that. And I thought, well, maybe I better check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, it was 4th stage lymphoma.
But you beat it.
Lymphoma. Yes, I did beat it.
And we can talk about your trial with that, and what some of the complications with that, and all of that. But I just want to get through the rest of the list real quick and focus on the diabetes is again more than a quarter of seniors are affected by diabetes, and then chronic kidney disease is a big up and comer. It's almost at 20% now. So that means, there's a lot of challenges facing the senior population that the medical profession can maybe give some relief to, but there is no cure within modern medicine for these conditions. Now, that being said, most doctors know that diet and exercise is the best long-term answer, not only to manage these chronic conditions, but potentially, and I know this is a very hard sell in this population, to prevent them. The prevention gets a lot of buzz, prevention. Everybody says they're interested in prevention until they have to do it. And they don't really want to know about prevention because it's not real.
It's work.
It's work. It's like I'll deal with it when it's an emergency. And that's why our healthcare system costs so much. It's obscenely expensive compared to pretty much every other country in the world. And we don't have really great statistics to support that expense. It's unfortunate. People will argue that we have the best healthcare system on the planet, and that may be true as far as emergency medicine is concerned. I certainly would want to be in the Los Angeles area. If I was having a life-threatening event, then let's say Kosovo or some,
Oh, yes.
some country that, you don't really know what you're going to deal with when you get to a hospital. But that that's the extreme. In general, keeping our population healthy, we're not doing a great job at that. And that's where functional medicine really comes into play. It fills that gap where it's not a life and death situation, but it is a quality of life uh, enhancer. And that's, the theme of this show is quality of life.
That's right.
So I think functional medicine fits in beautifully with this. Right now, Medicare doesn't really look at functional medicine so much. Most of their treatment protocols are based on emergency medicine. However, they're applying emergency medicine protocols to chronic conditions, and that may not be the best strategy. So that's where someone like me comes in, because I feel for my medical colleagues. They're pressured by the drug companies, by the insurance companies, by the hospital administrators to, within a few minutes, prescribe some kind of medication that treats the symptoms so that the patient feels more comfortable. And that's what everybody believes healthcare is, but it's really not healthcare at all. It's crisis management. It's emergency medicine, and when it's applied to chronic conditions, it doesn't really resolve anything. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. Does make sense because you have to keep taking it.
And what it actually feeds into patient frustration, and another chronic disease that isn't mentioned in that top list, which it may be as big, if not bigger than all the rest of them, is anxiety and depression and sleep disorders as a result of not getting your primary health care concerns addressed to your satisfaction.
Well, it also involves becoming dependent
Yeah.
on those kinds of drugs,
Yeah.
and that's very, very bad.
Well, it's common.
Yes.
It's certainly
Well, things like oxycodone and pain medication.
Yeah.
That's and a lot of people get addicted to it.
Yeah.
And they can't get themselves off.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, Dr. Dorio, you've experienced that with some of your clients.
Well, I'm fully aware of the problems related to opioids and their addiction qualities. And so, yes, exactly. I mean, we have to be very careful in our limitation. But unfortunately, as Tom is saying, these are chronic problems that affect our quality of life as we get older. And sometimes we have to have some remedies, which unfortunately, Tom is right. I mean, too often medical doctors turn to drugs. And that just is not the only tool that we have in our tool chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like to focus on how functional medicine plays into this. And there's a lot of, some people don't even know. I mean, functional medicine has been around for nearly 30 years now. But when I was at chiropractic school, we didn't hear about that. However, some of my classmates one of my classmates was a naturopath. One of my classmates was a European physiotherapist. A whole family of Chinese students were traditional Chiness medicine doctors. So while I was learning chiropractic, and this is going to be a surprise to some people, but it's as there are as many technical classroom hours in chiropractic school as there is in medical school. So as I was going through that whole process, we were exchanging because most of us were already coming. Oh, and one of my classmates was a cardiologist that actually worked under Guyton, and I know that only means something to Dr. Dorio, but
Mm-hmm.
Guyton wrote the physiology books. He was a
That's correct.
very famous doctor, and pretty much every medical doctor on the planet has read his work. So I had someone who worked directly under him, and besides that, he was an Olympic gold medalist. So
Ooh.
we had this amazing brain trust as we were working our way through school, and we were all creating our functional medicine programs based on those skill sets, which is what is functional medicine now. So for most people, they're like, function, what does that mean? What are you talking about? Well, it's taking care of your health so that you don't have to get into a crisis, where you don't have to be on pharmaceuticals, where you don't have to get surgeries because you've done some prevention and you're taking care of yourself with natural supplements and stress reduction therapies and proper hydration, proper nutrition. But to make it even simpler, I've boiled it down to the way that I practice most of the functional medicine I do in my practice is ABC. It's I get people on an anti-inflammatory diet, and there's a lot of misinformation out there about that too, because anti-inflammatory means something different for 1/3 of the population is going to respond to one type of an anti-inflammatory diet. A different third of the population is going to respond to a different kind of anti-inflammatory diet, and a different third of the population is going to need something completely different. So there's not one answer.
Yeah.
There can be inflammatory triggers in something that shouldn't be inflammatory by anybody's standards, but just giving people a list of, okay, these are anti-inflammatory foods, this is what you should eat, maybe it'll work. It'll absolutely work for a third of the people, a third of the time, but you need to start dialing it in to get a more specific result for that patient, and that's part of what we do as far as figuring out what is the appropriate anti-inflammatory diet for that person.
I see.
So that's the A, the anti-inflammatory. The B, I'm calling it band camp now. So
Band, B-A-N-D?
BAND camp. So that's kind of a joke. There was a popular movie, a little, yeah.
Banging the drums.
Yeah, a while back, and they kept mentioning band camp. It's like for nerds. They, instead of going to summer camp, they go to band camp or whatever, right? So, but that's not the point. So exercise bands are a beautiful way for seniors to get some low impact resistance training that is not intimidating. Like so many of the programs out there are these exercise physiologists who have made a name for themselves, usually training celebrities, but it is not appropriate for the senior population. And so some seniors want something more than, let's say, a chair stretch class. They want something, and they need something more than that. In fact, resistance training across the board is the preferred way to reduce osteoporosis and arthritides for those who can handle it. And the resistance training with the resistance bands is by far, I think, the best option for most seniors. And we're going to demonstrate that a little bit in the studio here today. I don't know if we're going to get to it before our first break. And the third is the C is the chiropractic that we do in our office. I can't speak for the entire profession. Some people are scared of chiropractic, and I can understand. I won't have that general manipulation done on myself, and I certainly don't do it to any of my patients. The twisting and cracking, that is the immediate knee-jerk response when people hear the word chiropractic,
I know.
is
Crack,
is a
crack.
big turnoff for approximately 3/4 of the population will not consider going to a chiropractor. And I don't think it's got anything to do with the marketing or anything like that. It's that I think at least 2/3, if not 3/4 of the population, are not interested in having someone grab and twist them until noises start coming out of their body.
Yeah, I experienced that, and I was always scared to death I was going to fall off that table.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't know about you.
Right. Right. So a lot of people, a lot of chiropractors are very charismatic, and they're able to coach their patients through that whole process and make it seem like it's all okay. My really geeky scientific background will not allow me to get past the mechanics of what is going on there. And all the high-end researchers in the chiropractic profession for the past 100 years, as soon as they get to a certain level of research, they discard the general manipulation altogether. That is the lowest common denominator that you can use the word chiropractic with. But when you start getting up there, they start getting more and more precise, more and more specific, less and less invasive, and they tend to get better results. So that's what has attracted my attention from the beginning. So you can get at least as good results, and that's all I'm going to say about that, without any of the drama, without any of the twisting and cracking. And you're a firsthand experience of that. So when we get back from the break, I'd like to demonstrate a few of those things. We can't really demonstrate an anti-inflammatory diet, but I can give a couple of the key things that you need to watch when you're trying to bring an anti-inflammatory diet into your life, because these are the real-time assessments that make all the difference in the world, whether you're raw vegan, you only eat foods that were picked on the full moon. I mean, like insane, a very precise definition of veganism or whatever may be highly inflammatory for people. So it's not what you think it is. A lot of people think, oh yeah, I'm not going to do plant-based. I'm not going to do vegetarian. I'm not going to, I don't believe there's any difference between organic and conventional food. It's all food. That's okay. I don't get into any of that stuff. I choose a certain protocol because I know it works for me. And whenever I stray from that protocol, I am highly sensitive to the results I'm getting. And that's the most important part of it. You may have no inflammatory response to bacon, but you may have a highly inflammatory response to organic avocado. It's crazy, but you need to be able to figure out what is what. So the biggest thing, and the point that I really, really want to stress in an anti-inflammatory diet is that this senior population that we're talking to right now is probably the last generation that actually knows how to cook from scratch. Whenever I start talking and trying to impress my patients on how important it is to stay away from convenience foods, stay away from fast food, stay away from anything that comes in a box or a can or a bag. Go fresh as much as possible. They say, well, I don't cook. I don't have time to cook. And I know that is not the case with the senior population. First of all, they do have the time. They may not have the strength or stamina to do it, but we can work on that. But they certainly have the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they know how to cook. Most people of that generation actually know how to cook things from scratch.
Because we've seen our parents do it.
Yes, and it's a lost art. It's a lost art.
Yes, that's true. Well, we need to take a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and I will be a guinea pig. Is that it? Okay.
You're going to band camp, Barb.
Okay. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
We salute our veterans who sacrifice for our freedom. Every week, we share an inspirational story of a local veteran on our Hometown Heroes page at hometownstation.com. Thanks to our good friends at Eternal Valley.
I'm Richard Nunnally, General Manager of Eternal Valley Memorial Park and Mortuary. We believe taking care of each other is what community is all about. We're proud to bring you the stories of our hometown heroes.
Eternal Valley, life well celebrated.
Visit hometownstation.com, sponsored by Eternal Valley.
SCVI is a tuition-free TK through 12 charter school that gives your child boundless opportunities to think critically and imagine freely. We offer a customized learning program built around your child's unique interests and strengths, with the only International Baccalaureate program in all of Santa Clarita. Our approach keeps students and families in step no matter where your learning is taking place. Be empowered to make your mark on the world at SCVI. To take a tour or enroll now in our one-of-a-kind program, visit ileadsantaclarita.org. iLead Schools, free to think, inspired to lead.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
Aloha, friends! Go check out Honu Coffee, home of the best cold brew coffee. What makes their coffee special is how their organic coffee beans are infused with nitrogen to create a smooth and delicious cup of coffee. You'll also find traditional bold coffees and island-inspired signature drinks. They're the perfect place to catch up with friends or just relax with your favorite cup of joe. Honu Coffee on Lyons and Walnut in Newhall. Stop by and say aloha.
And now for your convenience, a second Honu location at 23502 Lyons Avenue between Peachland and Apple.
Santa Clarita has a new singing sensation, Terrell Edwards.
100% giving it your all and nothing.
Terrell Edwards opening at Santa Clarita's Canyon Club for the Super 70s group Ambrosia.
That's how much I feel for you, baby.
Ambrosia and Terrell Edwards at the Canyon Club Santa Clarita, Saturday, June 18th. Ambrosia and Terrell Edwards. Reserve your tickets now at hometownstation.com/Ambrosia.
Healthcare can be difficult if you're underinsured or have Medi-Cal. Samuel Dixon Family Health Center can help. Services are available on a sliding fee schedule. The mission of the Samuel Dixon Family Health Center is to give the Santa Clarita Valley access to affordable, quality primary care. There are 3 locations to serve you: Canyon Country, Newhall, and Valverde. Go to sdfhc.org for more information and to find the location most convenient for you.
It's time to experience a pain relief, wellness, and anti-aging treatment unlike any other. It's time to check out Mend Cryotherapy. Relieve chronic joint and muscle pain, diminish soreness and inflammation, alleviate stress-related symptoms, boost immune system performance, and improve sleep and recovery times. Mend Cryotherapy is open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go to Mend, M-E-N-D, cryotherapy.com on Newhall Ranch Road in the Gateway Shopping Center.
Dr. Neil Green has been treating Santa Clarita patients and making them smile for over 35 years. As a child, Dr. Green had a fear of the dentist and disliked even simple checkups. Today, he's sensitive to your needs. If you have anxiety about getting a checkup, he understands your apprehension even if you've avoided the dentist for years. Discover the comfort of visiting a dentist with Dr. Neil Green. Dentistry is his profession. People are his focus. NeilGreenDDS.com. That's Neil, N-E-A-L, Green, DDS.com.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And we have our guest here, Dr. Thomas Polucki, a local chiropractor, and he's going to be putting me through some exercises. So I'm going to be standing up with this big, big black rubber band and go through some exercises.
Yeah, so
and go ahead.
Yeah, these are resistance bands. You could possibly get this yourself at Amazon. I get it in a big, like, industrial size roll. These are non-latex for people who have allergies. It is literally a big rubber band that you exercise with that kind of resistance. And I love it because you'll see in a moment that you can get a complete upper body workout in just a few different movements. And so I want to recap real quick the first segment, the chronic conditions that plague so many seniors. And one way or another, I would estimate that every senior has at least one chronic condition. Many are being medicated for 2 or 3 simultaneously. But all doctors know that the best long-term answer is diet and exercise. They just don't. First of all, they're not reimbursed by insurance. They're not reinforced by hospital administrators, and insurance companies don't want to pay for that stuff. So this is where functional medicine comes in, and we recap the first part of it is anti-inflammatory diet, which means something different to every person. And we're going to see band camp in just a second, at least a small segment of it. And the kind of chiropractic that I do, the no twisting or cracking that Barbara's a big fan of. But without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Barbara to band camp. So we have these long non-latex rubber bands that we're going to step on the bottom part of the loop. So we have an anchor of resistance, and then we're going to just do some upper body stuff. And you'll see it's pretty straightforward and pretty easy, but the band does offer a good bit of resistance. So some of the moves are going to have to be modified for Barbara, and we're going to see.
Because I'm an older lady.
We're going to see how this goes. All right. So the first movement, we're going to do a Y, right, and then we're going to do an M, right, and then a C. And then for the left coast, we're going to do the Balkan Sea. And then A, we're going to do it like this. Right?
Yeah, let's go.
So,
whoa.
Y, Y,
Y,
M, C, A.
C, and
A.
I'm on A. Whoa!
All right, so you know it, right? Now, okay, so that was just one quick run through. How do you feel right now?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many times I could do that.
I know.
Without falling on the floor.
But literally, that took like a minute. And right now, if we took your vitals, I guarantee it was a challenge for you. Something so simple can totally turn around and prevent so many chronic conditions. And there is literally no excuse. I mean, yeah, okay, I don't know where to get the band. I don't know what band is right for me. That kind of stuff, I get it. But there are resources out there. I'm one of them. I mean, there's no reason. This can be put in your purse. You can carry this wherever, anytime.
Yeah,
this
leave
is
it in the car.
a whole gym. As long as you're a little bit intuitive, as long as you can remember a few different moves, you can do a full body workout in a matter of minutes. That is real and substantial. You don't need to have a gym membership. You don't need any expensive equipment. You don't need anything, really. You just need to remember one of our favorite songs from the 70s. Ready? Here we go.
All right, let's try this again.
Y, M, C,
C,
A.
A.
There you go.
Whew.
And we make fun of it, but that worked just about everything in the upper body by going through that simple little dance.
It really was.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Pretty cool, huh?
Whoa.
Okay, so Barb, I want to get back to, like I said, we can't really demonstrate the anti-inflammatory diet here, but we can demonstrate the kind of chiropractic that you're a fan of. So are you up for that?
Sure. Why not?
All right.
Stand up again or sit down or what?
You're going to stand here is fine. Okay. So can I ask, by the way, under great medical attention, you were having a real challenge with your blood pressure just recently.
Yes.
And when I found out about it, because nobody else was talking about it, I found it because I could see it in your face there was something wrong. We got it down, I mean, not perfect, but certainly out of a dangerous zone. Yeah, down 40 points, and kept it there for the past over a month now. It's been almost 2 months. Well, it's going to be a little high right now. So here's the interesting thing. Blood pressure needs to vary. It needs to be different when you're sleeping than when you just ran up a flight of stairs, or you're going to get in a lot of trouble. So blood pressure should be able to come up. And that's a big problem with some of the medications. It doesn't allow it to come up. And so when people try to do some kind of strenuous activity, their blood pressure isn't there to match it, and they can, pass out and fall. So that's a major concern on blood pressure medications.
Also, when I get up too quick, I get dizzy.
What brought my attention to it was that you had a bad fall, and you hurt your back. So when you first hurt your back, it was like broken bone pain. Like you were in a lot of pain. And we got that pretty well. Right now, in the area that, was injured, on a scale of 0 to 10, how bad is that pain right now?
Well, it depends on what I do.
No, right now.
Right now, I wouldn't be able to give it a number. I don't know.
It's not even there.
It's not really.
Okay, that's perfect. Is there anything in your body right now that is more than a 5 out of 10?
My breath. That was quite a workout.
It's a good workout.
And I did 3 of them.
Yeah, 3.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That really was a
No,
workout.
it's great. It's a
Good heavens.
I like to have a no excuse in my routine for anything, whether it's how I eat or whether I exercise or whether there is something that I need to accomplish. We've actually dedicated 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. because I sometimes I have to work until 7 p.m. But we've dedicated 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We call that no time. So whenever we say, well, I'd like to fill in the blank, but I don't have, but I have no time for it. That's when from 7 to 8 p.m. every night, that's when we get that stuff done. So we're trying to create a no excuses life, and this exercise system is one of them. And as far as why most people stay away from chiropractic, because they're scared of the twisting and cracking, I'm going to take away that excuse now because
because there is no twisting and cracking.
There's no twisting and cracking necessary. No. And again, we get at least as good results, and some researchers, think it's a lot more than at least as good. But I'm very comfortable saying that we get at least as good results with none of that drama at all.
That's true.
So is there anything that hurts more than a 5 with you right now?
No.
Okay. Anything out of 3 right now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
well,
my breath is back to normal again.
I'm thrilled to hear that because I got to tell you, you are in better shape than most people half your age right now. Because
really?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I guarantee there is not someone in their 30s or their 40s right now that doesn't have at least somewhere in their body, somewhere between a 3 to a 5 out of 10 pain.
Yep.
Oh, that's very, very interesting.
So we're doing something right.
Absolutely. As long as we keep doing it right, I'll keep living.
Right. So even still, you're going to come to my office today
for a show.
Right. But you don't have any pain. Most people would say, well, that's crazy. You're throwing your money away. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to go to a chiropractor, a back pain doctor, if you're not in pain right now? What's wrong with you? Why don't you just give me that money instead?
Because I'm keeping my body in good shape by coming to you. My son said, Mom, why do you keep doing that? There's nothing wrong with you. I said, it's preventive.
Yeah.
And
so
that's all I can say.
Here's the switch that needs to flip in this country if we want to change anything. Instead of attacking people like you of why are you doing that? That's crazy. You shouldn't do that. Pay attention to the result.
That's right.
Pay attention to the result. Absolutely. Do you want to be 80 and not be able to honestly say that you don't have a 2 out of 3 pain anywhere in your body? How many people do you think can say that?
Oh, I don't know. Not many, I would think. Not
many.
Age.
And it's because of what you do. So when people criticize what you're doing or how you're doing it or why you're doing it, tell them, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yes, I know. my family keeps saying to me, why do you keep going to the chiropractor? What's wrong? I said, it's preventive. I want to do it. It's my business.
Yeah.
And it's my health. And I want to take care of me. And I think we need to take a break.
Okay.
So, phew, I'm worn out.
From the YMCA camp.
Yeah, band camp.
I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
No words can describe the power of belonging to a group of close friends or being part of a family. Insight Treatment Center was founded more than 20 years ago to give teenagers a community of friends and family as they overcome issues like depression, anxiety, and trauma. The new Santa Clarita location is a COVID-secure environment where distance and good airflow are a priority. As a leader in providing intensive outpatient treatment to teenagers, Insight Treatment Center in Santa Clarita is here to help. Call 888-295-9995 or go online to insighttreatment.com.
It's a hit. Audiences are loving Something Rotten, playing out the Canyon Theater Guild. The year is 1595, and Shakespeare is a rock star. A rival acting troupe can't compete with The Bard. They need something new, exciting, never before done. Laugh your way back in time to the Renaissance with this hilarious show featuring tap dancing, Shakespeare, and the origins of the musical. Get your tickets today by calling 661-799-2702 or reserve online at canyontheater.org.
Dr. Neil Green has been treating Santa Clarita patients and making them smile for over 35 years. As a child, Dr. Green had a fear of the dentist and disliked even simple checkups. Today, he's sensitive to your needs. If you have anxiety about getting a checkup, he understands your apprehension even if you've avoided the dentist for years. Discover the comfort of visiting a dentist with Dr. Neil Green. Dentistry is his profession. People are his focus. NeilGreenDDS.com. That's Neil, Neal Green, DDS.com.
Lots of people can build websites, but there's one Santa Clarita company that specializes in designing websites for your business. Small Dog Creative. The Small Dog Creative team is made up of local designers who are hands-on. Their talented team of experts build premium websites and redefine branding. Small Dog Creative doesn't just build websites. They'll upgrade your business's online presence and turn your business into a powerful online brand. Small Dog Creative, Santa Clarita's most innovative web and design company. SmallDogCreative.com.
If you need help at home or at the office, call Made For You. Made For You is a locally owned, bonded, and licensed cleaning service with over 20 years of experience. All employees are vetted for your protection. No need to buy products or equipment. The Made For You staff comes complete with everything needed to make your home or office cleaner than ever. Hire Made For You one time, as needed, or an ongoing basis. No room is off limits. Laundry and ironing services are also available. Call Made For You for a free estimate. 255-2922. That's 255-2922.
Sciatica flaring up again? Even after therapy, decompression, or surgery, discover the 3 most common mistakes that must change to get rid of sciatica for good. Hi, I'm Dr. Thomas Polucki, and WebMD chooses me as best chiropractor and functional medicine in Santa Clarita. Something to think about. So, when you're ready to get better, go to drpolucki.com. That's drpolucki.com to schedule your free consultation now.
This is Bradley from Santa Clarita Grocery, the all-volunteer grocery program serving children, families, and individuals experiencing food insecurities. Since January 2020, Santa Clarita Grocery has distributed 83 tons of fresh groceries to 4,465 families in the SCV. Santa Clarita Grocery is a drive-up, drive-through service with physical distancing in place to continue serving our community. If you are in need or looking for a charity to do the most good for our community, please consider partnering with us by donating to Santa Clarita Grocery, one of the most efficient charities in the Santa Clarita Valley. A full 99 cents out of every dollar goes directly back to the community. Santa Clarita Grocery operates on a 1% overhead and is sustained through private donations. Santa Clarita Grocery is at 21176 Center Point Parkway in the Oasis Furniture parking lot. Please visit our website, santaclaritagrocery.org, or Facebook at Santa Clarita Grocery to make a difference in our awesome town community. 661-425-7575. Be our guest and experience the difference.
In these challenging times with virus attacking, I built my immune system with IV therapy at Hestia Medical Spa. I'm KHTS owner Jerry Sreddy Goldman. My husband Carl and I believe Hestia's Medical Spa IV therapy has been a powerful addition for strengthening our immune system. I've been using an IV combination of vitamins and minerals to help me fight off COVID and other viruses.
Boost your energy and immune system with IV therapy at Hestia Med Spa in Valencia. Details at hestiamedicalspa.com.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 60?
Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host Dr. Jean Dorio on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And if I sound out of breath, I am. We have Dr. Thomas Polucki here, a local chiropractor, and he's really putting me through the ropes. Of course, I'm willing to do it, too. All kinds of good exercise.
Yeah,
Okay.
so in the previous two segments, we've been talking about chronic conditions that plague nearly all seniors.
Yes.
The only way that conventional medicine has to deal with it is with more and more medication that typically is not giving a lot of the people what they really want, and that it can be frustrating. It can lead to anxiety and depression and sleep disorders as well.
And making everybody say, oh, I need to have this from now on, so I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
You become dependent on it.
So that's where functional medicine comes into play, and it doesn't have to be this big, scary, like, what the heck are you talking about functional? It comes down to eating right and taking care of yourself, a little bit of exercise every day, doing the right things as far as stress management is concerned. And that's where my kind of chiropractic comes in. There's no twisting or cracking. It's very precise, and it gets some pretty amazing results consistently for the overwhelming majority of my patients.
Now, let me ask you, what were you going to do with this?
We'll get to that, but we're on a tight leash now, so we've only got about 5 minutes left. So just these bands that we're using are essentially big rubber bands, and this little segment that we're going to do right now, Barbara will tell you that this is a real workout, this little bit, and I purposely chose how to do this so that you can easily remember this, and you can get these bands pretty much anywhere. You can get them usually on sale at Marshall's or something like that. I know Walmart has them as well. I got these online because I get a big box of it at a time. So you ready, Barb?
Yeah, let's go for
okay,
it.
so Y, M, C, A.
A.
Perfect. And as silly as that seems,
wow,
that was a complete upper body workout. And I do have other things for your core and other things for your lower extremity. Not so easy to demonstrate here in the studio, but Barb.
I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Wow, that was a workout.
Yeah, it's for real. It absolutely does put you through the paces.
Whoa.
It's cardio, it's resistance. Because we're doing it standing, it also engages balance and coordination.
That's right.
These are the cornerstones of a good functional exercise program.
And I do have I'm beginning to have some balance problems. And I guess that comes with age.
Not necessarily.
No.
That's a very controversial thing. We're going to take a look at that when you come into the office today.
Okay.
So I wish I had more than 2 minutes to do this.
What are you going to do now?
Yeah, because
shoot me with a gun.
Yeah, because we actually do address balance and coordination with a test, and with this treatment that I'm about to do with you now.
You want me to stand up?
Yeah.
Again?
Good luck, Barb.
Oh.
I'm glad I'm not there.
Turn around. Come on back here so I can get close to her mic. Okay. So instead of the twisting and cracking that most people think of when they just hear the word chiropractic, we go specifically after one swollen, irritated segment at a time. And instead of grabbing you at one end and grabbing you at the other end and twisting you like a wet towel until a whole bunch of noises happen, we go after one joint at a time, very precisely, and just tap it. And it's amazing what a big response being so gentle and caring in the spine, the potential for that immediate relief is it's hard to believe that something that minimal can actually do anything, much less as good as anything else out there. And certainly this can be used in muscles and joints outside of the spine. See, 3 months ago, I couldn't do this without Barbara jumping because she severely sprained and strained her lower back in a bad fall. And now she can't even say that it's a 2 out of 10 pain. So that's the kind of treatment that we do. Certainly not anything that most people would be afraid of at all. I have, in over 30 years, I have not hurt one person with this methodology.
No, that didn't hurt at all. It did at first when we first started doing it. I mean, it was painful.
Yeah, because you had a lot of unresolved joint sprains and strains. And I think that's all the time we have for today.
What a session this has been. This has been terrific.
What an education. You've taught us about functional medicine, the program of the ABCs of anti-inflammatory diet, the band camp, and chiropractics. Great job. We appreciate it. I know our seniors do too. Your contact information, Tom?
The best way to reach me is give us a call, 753-9340.
753-9340.
Yes.
Dr. Thomas Polucki, extraordinaire. Once again, Barbara, get some rest for your appointment today. We appreciate you being the guinea pig.
I'll let you know later if I appreciate it.
Sounds good. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers In-Home Care, Providence Holy Cross Medical Center, and Hestia Med Spa. Listen to us next week on YMCA Band Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.